Welcome, everybody, to the Clash of Beards and Bellies. I am your host, Scott Simpson, Nibble W Numbers on Twitter. As always, I am joined, I can't even intro him yet, by loser 6 times so far in the Clash himself, so he's familiar with losing. That's why he was so quick to put the L sign up. He knows its days. Bo did beat me last week, but Bo McBrayer himself, Bo_McBigtime on Twitter. Congratulations. The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I rode a combination of a good lineup and Scott having a terrible one. So I will take the 35-point victory since you spent all your salary on a Saquon Barkley and did not pan out. I mean, I feel you because 40% of my tournament lineups had Saquon in it and they were dead in the water. But the 60% of lineups I didn't have Saquon in did quite well. So it was fortunate that the Clash lineup I had last week did not have Saquon because those are the bad ones last week.
Terrible, soul splitting, just making me feel like I told Mike at one point, Bo's going to beat me because of Saquon. He goes, Saquon can go off at any moment. I never worry about Saquon. I said, you should be worrying about Saquon.
And he did not go off at any moment.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. This week, where are you, Saquon? You're not going off at any moment.
Nope, he didn't go off against Dallas either.
No, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for you, Saquon. So, bad move on my part. Well played, Bo. Well played. I was thoroughly and soundly defeated, and I'm hoping to bring back
that win too. I needed that win because I was falling behind an aggregate. I was falling behind on the wins and losses. In a row. Yeah, and I'm back. I'm within one. I can win this week and tie it up again. Yeah. So I think we're feeling good.
No, this is good. I like our matchup this week. I think it's a balanced approach. Both of us.
Not a single match.
Not a single.
The first time this season. First time this season we have not matched a single player.
Yeah. This is Brad from Wisconsin. First time, long time. Thanks for letting me come on the show tonight.
But really, it's really hard to believe because we always have at least a couple matches.
We always do. But in this case, we've set to our stacks, which I like, and then we've also put in some of our kind of our key matchups, and then our Hail Marys, as they would say.
I don't even know who's going to win this because it's so volatile. It's so different. Yeah, they're so different.
I think right now I'm leaning your side because of Kelsey and that upside and Hopkins. Those two are good. Nico Collins is right now a dart throw, and so is Elijah Moore. But they're both dart throws that could actually score some points in this matchup. So, but let's start with our stacks because you've got one of the cheaper stacks. My stack is more expensive. I paid up for my stack, but your stack, it's cheaper. It's 12-2, which is really nice. You've got Tyler Lockett and then Gino this week, who's going up against the 30th ranked Las Vegas Raiders against the quarterback position. Tell me about Gino.
The Raiders suck, and I'm gonna target them every week. Especially in cash, where it's like I don't have to worry about matching you at all here. It's like we went cash in a cash lineup. We didn't have a single match, so it's all going to be who has the most points at the end of the day. It's a 9 versus 9, my 9 versus your 9, and Geno Smith is my quarterback 1 this week. The Raiders are horrendous on defense, and that's all I have to say about this. He's $700 cheaper than Joe Burrow.
Yep.
He's facing a much easier defense. It's the Titans have bad coverage team, but they've given up a lot of points through the air because they shut the run down. They shut the run down.
They do.
And they get after the passer, and Joe Burrow hasn't always been comfortable in the pocket this year. So I think I have an advantage with the salary and points per dollar this week at quarterback. But you have the advantage with T. Higgins over Tyler Lockett, unless Lockett catches a touchdown.
Unless he goes on one of those Lockett situations.
You never know. Lockett could do nothing or go for 30. We don't know.
Yeah. What I do like is that Joe Burrow is quietly one of the top 3 scoring quarterbacks in this matchup, actually, or in this week. He is the number 2 behind only Patty Mahomes, so he's priced down. You got Lamar on the slate, a couple of the players. So I do agree with you, but I think Joe Burrow gets his no matter what, and maybe not with T. Higgins, maybe with maybe P. Ryan or Boyd Hurst, right? Somebody else. So but no, I do like Burrow, but I love Tyler Lockett too. I think that's a great stack. What do you think about the running back situation. We've got no double running backs or triple. No, we only have double. There's no stacks or any correlation there at all with defenses or yeah, actually you do. You correlate with defense.
Yeah, of course
But
I did.
yeah, you do. Yeah. Michael Carter and then your defense. So you do have that. But what do you think about this and how does this break down? I paid up a little bit. You paid down a little bit.
So I have a lot of lineups with Eckler and Wilson, just like you do here. So I really like that tandem. Eckler is just a smash play every week. Arizona, they're okay. They're a middle of the road defense, both against the run and pass. Eckler is just a touchdown machine. The guy scores touchdowns every single week. He catches lots of passes every week. Spending up on him is a safe bet, and that's a wonderful cash play. And Jeff Wilson's super chalky this week at 5,900. And I thought about playing him as well because I have so much of him and he's at a great price. But what it came down to for me was I felt more comfortable spending down even further on White and Carter because I knew I wanted to play the Jets defense this week. So the Carter correlation for me made a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, I do like it. In the Eckler, Carter, and White, there's all PPR upside there with those three. Not as much as Wilson. Wilson could catch it. And he's only running back out there. So if they do dump off pass, he's there. Good for him. But it's not normally his game. He's more of a, just grind it, get between the tackles, go out.
Can catch. They might throw to him, but he's just a solid all around back.
Yeah,
and he's the only show in town.
Right, and that's it. And he's up against one of the worst run defenses. So yeah. All right, let's talk about Hopkins because we just were on a show, Chalk Block, where D Hop jumped off the page to you and to Derek Brown. It was kind of one of your best plays. You talked about it. Explain why you're targeting him this weekend, and his 17% rostership in GPP isn't impacted here. So he is just free for you to be able to use. Free square, I guess, in this matchup.
And I have him ranked above Tyreek Hill. I have him ranked above Devontae Adams slightly. It's just price per dollar. 7,700 for Hopkins for me is the best play on the board at wide receiver. So that's what I wanted to do. Is there's two guys here at 7,700 that I wanted in my lineup. So it was an effort in putting Hopkins and Kelsey in my lineup first and then building around it.
Yeah. Well, I think the pieces you put around Kelsey and Hopkins are pretty good. Talk about Nico Collins. He's kind of taking over as the wide receiver one in Houston right now.
Yeah, and justifiably, Brandon Cooks is disgruntled. The franchise completely screwed him over. They told him and promised him that they were going to trade him away because he wanted to play for a contender this year. And they weren't going anywhere. Obviously, it's Houston. They're looking for number one overall pick again this year.
Yep.
And they couldn't get a deal done before the deadline. So Brandon Cooks stayed in Houston, and he's not happy about it. And so ever since then, he hasn't played very well. He hasn't gone out there and tried as hard. And
kind of important.
Call it what it is, but I don't blame him one bit. He's stuck on a last place team that he doesn't want to play for anymore. And they disrespected him. They said, "Hey, we're going to trade you. We're going to do you a solid. You've served your time here." And Cooks has been traded 3 times in his career.
Yeah, he was waiting for it.
And the first 3 times he didn't want to be traded.
Right now, when he wants to be traded, it's just
And the franchise tells him, and he's ticked off. It's justifiable. But ever since the trade deadline, Nico Collins is out targeting him. He's getting more than a 25% target share lately.
I like it.
And at 4,100, he's a big, tall, physical receiver. And Miami Dolphins secondary is not very good.
Yeah, and Miami's going to be probably winning because they're going to be up 14. So it's a good little play. My kind of dart throw is your boy Elijah Moore, my boy too. But listen, Zach Wilson could not hit the broadside of a MILF. So
he wouldn't even throw it to the MILF.
Wouldn't even throw it to the MILF. I don't understand what his situation was going on. Like he just didn't throw the football. He's
bad at football. He's a bad player.
He didn't even throw it. Like he wouldn't even try. It doesn't make sense.
He had 2 wide open receivers and couldn't decide.
You know what? Good riddance to bad rubbish when it comes to QB play. But it does help you with your running back situation. But still, I like some points to be scored by my guy Elijah Moore. We know he's good. He's fast. He's quick. He can get in the seam. We know what he can do. Give the man 8 targets. I bet you he gets 15 points. That's just,
I'm mad that you got Keenan Allen sitting there against
oh,
my
I know. I
Gerald
didn't
Everett
want to bring him up at
flex.
the end because you know what?
I love the Njoku play. I really do. But the Keenan Allen play is the one that worries me because that's the screaming value of the week. And he's getting all the chalk in the world in GPP. But what you're banking on a big game from Herbert with Eckler and Keenan Allen, and I don't blame you one bit. I'm just going to try to chunk away at that with the worst defense against tight ends with Gerald Everett.
You know, I like Gerald Everett a lot too. I have some lineups where I don't have Eckler, where I've stacked Everett, Allen with Herbert. Because 2 pass catching options. But most of my stacks are actually, honestly, with Eckler, Keenan Allen, and then running it back with D-Hop, which is expensive stack, of course, but it's totally worth it. I believe
so
in
nice.
this. Yeah, late game heroics too. So if you hit on, let's say 4 or 5 in the beginning, and then you got your last 4 plays are these key guys in this matchup. I like it in cash and then in GPP too. So, all right, we'll get to defenses and get out of here. Russell Wilson, he's not the danger witch anymore. I mean, he is just as soft as salad. So, I do like the Carolina Panthers defense to get after him. And on the other side, you've got the Jets against Trevor Siemian. Is that son of a bitch? So,
and it's kind of convenient that the one true weapon that the Bears have on the outside is Darnell Mooney, and he's going to get Sauce Gardner or DJ Reed. Good luck, buddy.
yeah, Josh. To answer your question, no,
don't play Kyle Allen.
No, don't do that. That'd be bad. That's just not.
He couldn't even hack it for Carolina. That's just right. That should tell
Ron
you.
Rivera tried to smuggle him in a suitcase up here, and they found him out of customs. Even though Carolina to Maryland to Virginia, there's no
Secret Service sniffed him out.
So they were like, "Listen, he can't come in the state." So, sorry, Kyle Allen, no, spank you very much. So, all right, what do you think the line is on this? If you're in the chat, please let us know what you think it is because we don't know. This game is just like it could go.
We have nine unique players on each side. No matches for the first time this season, and I think
maybe a push. I mean,
we have to. You have to call it a push because it's the first time we haven't had any matches.
I don't know. We know where the dependents are in games because we have some of the same players in games. So, for example, you're looking at Everett. I'm looking at Eckler getting the touchdown equity. In the other game, you also are running it back with Hopkins. So you're hoping they kind of shoots and your guy gets to kind of be the shooter in this sense. So I like that. Our games are intertwined. Some of them are. Some of them are not. I've got no action here in Geno Smith land with you and Lockett, and you've got no Burrow and Higgins. So it's going to be unique. I really like it. I'm really excited about it. This might be the best back and forth matchup of the year. We'll see.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Well, if you do win, by the way, you'll be back 6-6 tied. If I'm up, it'll be 7-5. This is week 12 for Chuck. Oh, not Chuck Block, Chuck Block. For the clash of beards and bellies. Bo McBrayer, Bo_man big time on Twitter. Scott Simpson, Nimble W Numbers. Thank you, everybody, for watching and for checking us out. We appreciate you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, do all those good things, and then let us know when you win on Sunday. Send a screenshot. Send us your wins. We had Brad Duff jump in here and just say Bo's $10 lineup helped him win $80. 8 maxing up on that, bro. I love it. That's awesome. That's what we're talking about. So Bo is good. Talk to him on Twitter. Talk to me on Twitter.
I will answer every DM.
We do.
Answer every single one.
Except if you're a sex bot or some guy who said I was ugly. No, man, dude.
I mean, he's got a point.
I mean, but he had his shirt off. He was trading shirts with the guy in this picture, and then, it was unique. Unique New York is what it was.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Yeah, the Human Torch might not be playing tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled for that. That was my 3,100 play before I went and I changed it up. I didn't have I left a little bit on the table, and I had Dortch in here, and I got rid of him. So,
oh well,
that's what you have to do. So get some sleep, Bo McBrayer. I know that you're burning it at all ends, my friend. So, all right, love you, and thanks for everybody for watching. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.